morning.
Good morning.
Ooh, this is super dirty. Can I have your Mankey for a second? We are running way behind because I was in the middle of something. Thank you. Hold on one second. Look how much better that is. Okay. It's crooked.
There you go. Perfect.
I don't know. It's something. All right. I got to pull up the thing that we're using today as inspiration.
How are you anyway?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm good.
Good. How was spin?
Hot.
I skipped out on spin today, people, because I'm on vacation from work. And I feel like vacation from work merits vacation from spin. All right. So yesterday, our friend Delane Shea, who was our Christmas Eve guest Thursday guest, posted this really fabulous thing. I sure hope I can find it now. What if I can't find it, Dr. Mary? Oh, geez. What if I can't find it? I didn't even think about not being able to find it. Hey, there's us. Oh dear, it's not showing up. How is that possible? So now we're gonna have to punt. That's terrible. That's truly terrible. What do you want to talk about, Dr. Mary? This is our least planned one ever.
Oh my gosh. Well, here we go.
I think, I wonder what I think. What should we talk about?
You can't find it.
I cannot find it. Delane, if you're watching and can send it to me, that would be super. You might not be watching live, but if you are.
Is it on her page?
I'm on her page. Okay. Let's talk about what we want Daily Dose to become. What do you want Daily Dose to be ultimately? Like, talk about what's your pie in the sky dream for Daily Dose? Because we've never really talked about this. You know, I just asked you a question. Right?
Yes,
Okay.
I actually found something we can talk about.
That's all right. We'll talk about this. Well done.
My pie in the sky thing. I'd like this to be seen by many people, to be useful to many people. Maybe even we're doing pie in the sky, right?
Yeah.
Maybe even being used as an additional tool by addiction counselors, as you know, something to get a baseline, get your head around these thoughts that are coming out from an alcoholic and his spouse. And to hear the phrase, they're actually useful, don't use them as a diagnostic technique, but there's some interesting stuff there.
Yeah. And
it's a hell of a piece of pie, that. It's a big piece of pie.
Mine's way bigger. So here's what I'll say. I would like Daily Dose to become the equivalent to a daily calendar or a daily motivational app.
Ooh.
I would really like it to be the kind of thing that hundreds of thousands of people tune into. Because I think, based on feedback we have gotten, the value is pretty clear. Not every moment, but guess what? Oprah Winfrey would have walked away from interviews and thought, that was kind of a dud. I mean, I want Daily Dose to become part of the lexicon of people's management of addiction, but also people's management of life. And so for that to happen, I believe that Daily Dose has to really expand. It needs to become much broader. I think we do a really pretty good job of staying focused around addiction. My concern is I can't, like off the top of my head, I can't say to you, oh, I have 65 more episode topics where we can relate something in life to addiction. Because on one hand, everything can be related. So I'm sitting and beyond our ring screen that the camera is on is my little herb garden, or a herb garden for you, Dr. Mary.
There is
my
a H.
herb garden.
There is a H in it.
So some of it looks incredibly healthy and beautiful and robust and vibrant because we are right in the middle of summer. And some of it is declining and withering and done. It's done.
Yeah, because, things have a finite lifespan.
Yep.
And although you and I did water essential plants, we didn't water the lawn, but we also in a drought this year. So.
Yes. So can I relate that to being a person in the addiction cycle? Absolutely,
Yeah.
I can. Can I relate it to being a person in life? Absolutely, I can. Sometimes I am the really spectacular looking basil, and sometimes I am the really done cilantro. And that is, so you could relate anything to this topic. But at some point, I think it needs to become about expansive conversation. I would love to be at a point where people are coming to us and saying, would you consider having me on a Guest Thursday conversation? I would actually like to have more conversations with guests, and I would like the conversations to have more diversity to them, and I would like the guests to be of a more diverse background, which is not a criticism of a single person we have had on this show. We've not interviewed a single person who I have not gotten off and felt privileged to get to spend time with in this way.
Every single guest we have, I just think, has been incredibly brave, absolutely fantastic, and has a wonderful story to share.
And has shined a fabulous, different light on these conversations.
And it's actually inspired us to actually make sure we keep going into
Absolutely.
the standard they gave us.
Absolutely. But I want to see it get bigger. I'm just going to put this out there as this is the grand poobah pie in the sky. I want a professional podcast that has the reach of Brene Brown. And I want that to transition to public speaking for us. I want that to transition to writing. I want this to become our lives. Not just Daily Dose, because I have all this other content that I'm working on, but that is ultimately what I want to step away from everything else I'm doing in my life to do full time. And if you can step away from what you're doing in your life to join me in it full time, fabulous. Or if Daily Dose is a, sort of as we can schedule it around your teaching thing, that's fabulous. But I believe in this content. I believe in our ability to present it, to share it, and I want to see it get huge. So do I think that that's going to happen in September? I'll put out to the universe, heck yes, let's go universe. And I'll tell you realistically, I'm not thinking that September is when that's going to happen, but why not?
Oh, you didn't say which year.
Yeah, I'm sticking with 2021. September of 2021, universe, let's go. But it's why we are working with someone to help us really assess this stuff. We could keep going and doing what we're doing. I know we could. In fact, I will say that in 273 episodes, we had a plan for today, but when the plan backfired, I think this is the only episode we've shown up with and had to truly figure out live with you what we're going to talk about. So that's a lot of content we've created.
It does reach people. Some of you have dropped comments, not as many as we need. Please add, especially if you watch this one, please add your suggestions to the end of this, and of course hit subscribe and like if you wish.
Yep.
But we do get feedback. We were coming back from seeing, the performance of Trollwood's Cinderella, and people stopped Dana mostly and said, "Oh my God, I love what you do."
Well, I think it's easier to praise me because I'm not the addict.
Yeah.
So I think it's hard to say to Maz, "Hey, thanks for what you do."
But I've had
about
random
that.
phone calls at work with people saying, "Hey, now you're on the phone. I love you. I listen to your podcast, you and your wife, and they're great. Thank you." And I've had some students have found me, and one of them said after they got over the shock that you actually know how to use YouTube because I'm an academic. She said it was good stuff, and it was surprising, but she said she listens.
Yeah. So I think, as we wrap up this week, tomorrow is a pre-record with a woman named Lisa Scheller. I sure hope you tune in. She's from the Lehigh Valley region of Pennsylvania. She started a coffee shop called Hope and Coffee.
It's a fantastic idea. You should listen in.
And the same year that she
it.
started it, she also came out of 36 years of anonymous sobriety to share her story. She is the largest employer in their very small town, and carries a lot of weight. She ran for Congress and lost, and is running again, and could very likely win. I think she did not lose by much. So she's a serious person with a serious message, doing serious work.
And it was a good conversation. I'm not going to say anything.
Yeah, it was a great conversation, and we were lucky to have her on.
Listen.
And I'll just say, from my perspective, what was really incredible was that Patty Sen, who's been a guest with us, reached out to see if we would be willing to have a conversation with her on Guest Thursday, which was sort of the beginning of what I want the rest of this to be. So if you have thoughts and ideas around where you'd like to see Daily Dose go, it would be fabulous to hear them from you. Thanks for writing, Anne. We sure have appreciated all of your support. It has been, well, it's kept us going, which is lovely. I just want more. I just want more. I had a donor say to me once, fairly critically, he's no longer a donor. He said, Dana, if I give you more, you'll just want more. Uh-huh. Because that's how life works. I don't really know anybody who's alive who isn't striving for more. More isn't always more money or more notoriety or more of these things that kind of feed our ego. More is sometimes more for the sake of being able to give more. And I think that's what we are striving for.
Yeah.
If it happens to bring some of those other pieces, that's great from my perspective. But it's not the core of why we do this work. So that's that for today. I will try to find Delane's thing. I can't believe I didn't save it. I just assumed I'd easily be able to find it.
Oh yeah, that's always a.
It's a mistake. Facebook is a giant maw of.
I bet
loss.
you'll find it in the next 2 minutes.
So then I'll post it on the Daily Dose Facebook page, because it's really a lovely series of sort of 8 simple life lessons that would have been very nice for us to relate to. So we will see you for a pre-record tomorrow at 8:30, and then for our final episode before we take the month of August off, like the true Europeans, one of us is. We'll see you on Friday. Have a great day.
See you Friday.
Bye.
Bye.